Lucy Fiore is on the board today at Kalgoorlie. Michael, I know there'd be a very happy racing manager as well for her, but SJ Miller sent up this horse today. It was a really nice horse, potentially for the Kalgoorlie region, and there could be a little bit of a push there. Hopefully Neil can end up with the horse as well for his team.
Yeah, didn't have the strongest metropolitan form coming into this preparation, but 1100 up to 1400 metres I think really helped him, and he did run second at Pinjarra early in his career. Still very lightly raced, but he was given every chance today by Lucy Fiore and he won well, so you'd think he should be able to pick up another race or two this time in.
Absolutely, and it is race 3 now here at the Kalgoorlie Boulder Race Club. After this race we'll see the running of the mascot race as well.
Have you warmed up?
No, I was just about to ask you the same question, Michael. I've got a costume waiting for you. Might even get a set of silks out. Don't know if that'd fit around you, but it'll be quite interesting to see though. So if you are sitting at home and you're in Kalgoorlie, come down to the course. It's set to be a great event as well. It's a fundraiser for the Rotary Club of Boulder, so great proceeds and whatnot behind the scenes there. We'll get a bit more action and hopefully follow on our social media. We should be posting that as well very soon. Runners are in the yard though ahead of race number 3, the KB Cleaning Queen's Maiden over the 1200 metres. The one is a whim away. Brett Drury and Kira Yule.
This horse should go well in this race. He's run second his past 2 starts. He placed before that as well. Last time out, he just hit the front and was gunned down late. That was at 1400 metres, but he comes back to 1200 metres, which you think would suit. He's placed at all 3 starts at Kalgoorlie this season, and he's placed at 4 of his 7 starts at 1200 metres. It's just the map and the draw. He's drawn 7 in this 8-horse field. I did think he was a good chance of being 3 to eat the trip. If he's able to find cover or get across, all of a sudden, that improves his chances.
The 2 is Gems Man, ran second first up last start here. Paul Tapper, Chris Nicol.
Great run first up for Paul Tapper's yard. Was a long-time maiden and still is a maiden, of course, but prior to that was a 33-start maiden, but was specced at odds that day and was only beaten ahead. It was a good effort, ran very well. Barrier 6 here, it's going up 100 metres. You'd think this horse would be on speed again. I had him mapped outside leader, but he is a 7-year-old who's placed from only 5 of 34 starts, so it would be a surprise if he beats some of the more progressive horses in this race.
The 3 is the new stablemate, newly joined to the Paul Tapper yard. Bows Me Baba, Zephyr Johnson Porter takes the ride.
Previously with Melda Daniels, this is a 27-start maiden who's only placed on 1 occasion, so naturally you would expect this 6-year-old to have to improve sharply to play a part here, but has only been beaten a length and a half 2 starts ago, 2 lengths last start, so he's actually not going too bad.
The 4, really nicely named too, Snake, Rattle and Roll, Justin Robbins, Ava Caterino.
This horse is off a 33-day freshen, first start here in WA, previously with the Hayes brothers of Lindsay Park, and ran some really nice races earlier in the preparation to Ararat. Ran the fastest closing sectionals first up to run 3rd over 1100 metres. Second up, ran the fastest closing sectionals of the day to run 4th, beaten less than a length and a half. So the form there was very good. Tapered off a little bit after that, but easier company here. A month between runs, new stable. You'd think if these horses are within striking distance with no weight on his back after the claim of Ava Caterino, he could be the logical danger to our favourite.
And as mentioned earlier, Ava getting some really nice opportunities for the Justin Robbins yard as well. The 5 is Admiration Bay, second up as well today. Joanne Forrest, Lisa Staples.
Out the door and betting has blown a gale, $4.60 out of $13 at last check. Second up here today, and I thought the first up run was probably career best. Hadn't shown a huge amount last time in, but won a trial leading into this preparation to suggest that she had come back better, and she ran accordingly first up. She found the front this track distance. She stuck on well to run 3rd, beaten just over a length. I think she leads again here if the stable and connections want to, because she's drawn barrier 3 in a race where there doesn't appear to be a huge amount of natural pace. I put her into my 4. I thought she could run a cheeky race again.
The 6th third start this preparation, Classic Code, Paul Tapper, Alex Hearn.
Freshened up a month between runs after being scratched at the barriers at the most recent effort. That was on the 3rd of May, so a couple of weeks ago now. The pre-race earmuffs go on just to settle her a little bit because she was quite fired up in the barriers, which ended up getting her scratched via vet's advice. She's been in the market at all runs, $3.90 on debut, $5 second up, $3.30 first up this preparation, then $3.40 after that. So she's always been well thought of. She's finished top 5 on all occasions. There, it looks like there's something there to work with, and she's still a really lightly raced horse for a 5-year-old. Only start number 7 today.
The next runner is Karma Galar, the 7, only having second race start today. Crystal Burns and Keshore Duran.
Lightly raced 4-year-old this mare, but she'd have to improve significantly. She had only 1 career trial. That was last year in December when being beaten a fair margin. Then on debut at Kalgoorlie, she bombed the start, but stayed there. She ran 5th of 5, beaten 8 lengths at the finish, so she'll go around triple figures, and it'd be a surprise to see her win.
And the 8, you're on top of here, Michael. Continuing to shorten in the market is Karnup Queen. Hayden Ballantyne, Lucy Fiore now $1.32.
Wow, I was not envisaging 3s on. I had this mare, filly I should say, pegged as my best bet of the day. That $2.70 opening price would be very, very nice. Did not think she'd be $1.32. That is extremely short, but I'm expecting her to be winning in all due respect. I think her form jumps off the page. I thought she was a standout today. She hit the line brilliantly from back in the field first up to run second to Cheryl Shout at Narrogin, but it was her next run which caught me, which really got my fancy. Ran 3rd of 16 at Pinjarra to Mangafera, who I think goes well enough. Behind that horse, in between them was Social Affair, who has since run second on 2 occasions at Pinjarra and Ascot, and Big Carry, I think, ran about 5th, who has since come out and won a race. So there's good form there. She was then tested at 1,400 metres and tested on a Saturday in 3-year-old handicap grade. She drew 7. She was caught wide off the track. She ultimately faded, but the 2 horses to come out of that race are Pondmaster, Saturday winner, Snippy Sean, Saturday winner. So it just looks outstanding form lines wherever you look. Given the fact she's drawn 4, Lucy Fiore rides, I think she gets the same run that Our Shillelagh did in the previous one out, one back. I think she wins, but she's not a betting proposition now at that price.
Is obviously music to the punters' ears that have already gotten aboard now. $1.30, continuing to shorten. Opened at $2.70 as previously mentioned. Snake Rattle and Roll is on the second line of betting. First start here in WA for the Justin Robbins yard. $5 out to $7. A Win Away is $4.40 out to $10. Classic Code $9 out to $12. Admiration Bay $4.60 out to $16. Not wanting to be known at all here in the third event today. Gems Man is $8 out to $23. Bows Me Bubba $41, and Karma Galar only having second race start today $126. Michael, Karnup Queen looks very hard to beat. Now $1.28, just continues to shorten by the second. How are we playing out the race here?
Doesn't look too brave, but I've made Karnup Queen my best of the day, does it, Tessa? But this filly did open $2.70, so she was the right price then, but an avalanche of support makes her not a betting proposition now, I feel. But there isn't a huge amount of speed here, to be honest. Gems Man, maybe Classic Code, maybe a horse like Admiration Bay could lead again, but I didn't think they'd go overly fast, and with that in mind, Karnup Queen I thought could be suited because she doesn't usually have a huge amount of gate speed. But if they don't go overly quick, she's drawn 4 of 8. I thought she could lob 1 out, 1 back in the same position that Our Shillelagh did first up, but even if she has to do a bit of work, I thought she'd be too good for them. Her form jumps off the page. 3rd to Mangafera in a race which has produced Big Carry to win. Then last start, that Saturday race at Ascot, was off the track, understandably tired late, and that race has produced 2 subsequent Saturday winners in Pondmaster and Snippy Sean. So she looked a standout in my opinion, and she's been backed accordingly. $2.70 into $1.28. That is as big a move as I think we'll see all day. 8, 4, 1 and 5 Karnup Queen for me. From 4 Snake Rattle and Roll. I thought this would be the danger, this former East Coast galloper who ran really well on debut and also second up at Ararat in Victoria, ran the fastest closing sectionals of the race, and one of them was of the meeting to run 3rd and 4th respectively. 1 in Awema Way next best, and 5 Admiration Bay could lead them up. 8, 4, 1, 5.
8, 4, 1, 5 here for Michael in the third. 8 Karnup Queen on top. $1.38 now, about to jump here. Hopefully can find some value in the quaddie, Michael. But we'll hand you upstairs now to Royce to call us home.
Together with a Weem away. Thanks, Tessa. As Bows Me Bubba is about to join the line with the favourite Karnup Queen. $1.40. Very short. Definitely the shortest runner we've seen at the KBRC this season. This Hayden Ballantyne trained 3-year-old, Lucky Street filly. Well beaten in town in a much stronger race last start, but prior to that, provincial maiden form is very good. But $1.28, $1.38 I should say now. Not for me. Okay, so Gems Man to come forward. And it will be the last. So Gems Man is locked away. The red lights are on. This is race number 3. Stand by. Set to fly. The gates fly back. They're off racing. Now, Bosme Bubba goes back, together with also Karma Galar and Snake Rattle and Roll. With early speed, it was Admiration Bay who finds the front. So Admiration Bay settles down a length and a half in front of Classic Code, the fence, who's striding out, getting into a nice position. There goes Karnup Queen around the outside, this 138 favourite to sit second. They were followed by Snake Rattle and Roll, and then we had also on the outside Gems Man, who's just caught a bit deep. A further two then to a Weem away. The fence next of all, we've got Karma Galar, and at the tail it's Bosme Bubba, but only 5 lengths covers the field with 600 metres to run. It's Admiration Bay who shows the way 3/4 of a length now, running second Karnup Queen. They were followed by Gems Man, who's off the track down on the inside, Classic Code, followed by a Weem away, Snake Rattle and Roll. Then Karma Galar second last, hemmed away on the fence, and last of all it's Bosme Bubba. They straighten up for the run home. It's Admiration Bay, about to be joined by Karnup Queen the outside with ease. Karnup Queen asked to quicken now and does so. Hits the front with a furlong to run. Followed by Admiration Bay, who can do no better. Classic Code, Gems Man, a Weem away, Snake Rattle and Roll. But it's all Karnup Queen at $1.38. That's how you like to see them win. He's down on the line. Karnup Queen wins. Photo second. We had Classic Code who crossed the line with Snake Rattle and Roll, then Admiration Bay. They were followed in by Gems Man, a Weem away, Karma Galar, and well back to Bosme Bubba. Well, there you go. Karnup Queen at the shorts. Gets the job done. And an armchair ride for Lucy Fiore, who makes it back-to-back wins. Of course, she took out the previous on Shillelagh for Stephen Miller, and this one, Karnup Queen, for Hayden Ballantyne at start number 7 today, has done it with ease. Sat outside the leader, not ideally positioned in the run, but this horse is just far, far too good for her competition today, that's for sure. Karnup Queen by Lucky Street from Strike for Victory, owned by Mrs. A. Ballantyne, B. Stanford, M. Morley, K. Riddle, the Beers and Banter Syndicate, also D. McIntosh, J. Brooks, R. Jasper, Mrs. J. Walters, D. Walters, Miss C. Fisher, G. Griffin and A. Ohm. Karnup Queen breaks through today, breaks maiden status at start number 7. 6 gets second, that's Classic Code, gets the nose down for Paul Tapper, and Alex Hearn by War Chant from Classic Smile, owned by Nicky Jordan, Paul Stapper, and also Miss C. Tapper. Third in was the 4, Snake Rattle and Roll for Justin Robbins. Good first run at the KBRC. Ava Caterino in the saddle by Nakoni from Venom, and owned by the Price Bloodstock Management Limited Syndicate. No doubt that will change soon. And we're just getting fourth for you as I speak. The margins are 4 lengths by a head. 2 gets fourth. That's Gems Man. So it's 8, 6, 4, 2. 4 lengths by a head. No time available, but a very nice win by Karnup Queen, who takes out race number 3. Race 4 is next, the Lakes Electrical Handicap. Important scratching of the 2, Love Drunk Baby. And in terms of riders, my boy Chris will be Ava Caterino. So a field of 8 to go around in race number 4. In the meantime, 8, 6, 4, 2 as we head down to the yard.
Thanks, Royce. Gee, Michael, if you got on at the $2.70, you'd be a very, very happy punter. Jumped $1.30 and just looked the horse to beat out there. Easy win. Lucy Fiore goes back-to-back race wins here. Could be quite a nice acquisition if left out in the Kalgoorlie region.
Yeah, 100%. You'd imagine this horse would be left with Peter Fernie moving forward, and you'd think she'd be able to string some wins in a row together. She came into today having placed at 3 of 6. She's only a 3-year-old filly as well, so there's a fair bit of upside there. She's only had the 4 runs this time in, so you'd think remaining here in the Goldfields, she should be able to go through the grades. Well, there wasn't a huge amount of speed on paper today. She was able to enjoy a lovely run outside leader, but when Lucy asked her to quicken, she bounded away from them and she won really impressively. She was tested at the 1400 metres last start, but I don't think we were able to get a true guide that day because A, it was on a Saturday at Ascot, but B, she was off the track after drawing awkwardly. But off that effort, you'd think she could potentially get further. Lucy, this filly jumped pretty short in the end. That's the way you like to see them win.
Yeah, for sure. I had a lot of time for her. I rode her a while ago in her trials, and she bumped in, had a bit of trouble. She had been unlucky, and she probably should have won a few, but whether it be gates or whatever. And obviously the dropping in classes, she's got over the line. But it's good for Hayden because I thought she always had that type of ability.
She's been settling more mid to back in recent times, but there wasn't a huge amount of speed today. But she also jumped well, and she was able to put herself on speed. Yeah,
she jumped super and just wanted to be out of trouble, and we tried.
Only a 3-year-old filly. She looks like the sort of horse left here with Pete that could probably string a few together.
Yeah, it'd be great. Just easier company, and she's quite quick on her feet. So yeah, it'd be nice for her up here.
2 from 3, good start.
Thank you.
There's Lucy Fiore combining with Hayden Ballantyne. He saddles up Dreamtime Jean in the next as well. Just the 2 runners today. Karnup Queen did it too easy here in the third. The KB Cleaning Queens Maiden over the 1200 metres. 8, 6, 4 and 2 with the numbers here in the third. Be sure to tune in on our socials as we gear up now for the mascot race, which will take place on the main track here at Kalgoorlie.